Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take the parts that do resonate. If it does not, leave the parts that do not resonate, as those may be meant for someone else. All right, if you are interested in any of the cards that I'm using, please feel free to check out those links down below. I have a link to my Amazon store, so I do a review of the cards that I'm using if you want to check those out. Okay, so we have the current situation as we have the sun. Well, that's a definite positive current situation. What's challenging your happiness? We have the star, could also be Aquarius. What do you need to focus on? We have the Six of Pentacles. Your past, or what are you leaving behind? We have the Four of Cups. I love that. Your strengths, we have the Three of Cups. Near future, we have the Prince of Pentacles. Advice, oh, we have the Ten of Swords reversed. Environment, we have the Hermit. Love it. Hopes and fears, High Priestess, and potential outcome. We have the Prince of Cups. Overall energy, look at this, Ten of Pentacles again. Oh no, it was Ten of Cups that keeps coming out, but Ten of Pentacles, that's definitely a good one too. I kind of feel like it's sort of the same energy as the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. I just feel like it's just feeling secure, feeling happy, surrounding yourself with those people that you enjoy, that are positive for you, having that strong base. I feel like it's just having that feeling of contentment within yourself. That's what I feel like those two cards represent. Okay, so we have the challenge, which is the sun, but it's being crossed by the star. So I feel like you're feeling happy, but I feel like you want more. Like you want, I feel like you're in a good place, but you want more of a challenge. You want more excitement. Like you're like, okay, now I'm ready to go, but where am I going to go? Like what direction do I want my life to head in? What challenges do I want to have? I want more of that excitement, you know, because when we have challenges in our life, we're like, not negative challenges, but I mean positive challenge where we're kind of pushing ourselves outside of the comfort zone to challenge ourselves to do something. So for me, which it doesn't have to be anything big. It can be those little challenges that we have. So for me, I had wanted to sign up for a class, and I would avoid that like the plague. Like I'm like, no, I don't want to do that type of a thing. But I was really proud of myself because I took a class and I pushed myself because I said, I really want to learn about this class. I really want to get this information. I feel that it can be really positive for me. So I pushed myself and I said, you know what, I'm going to sign up for the class. And of course, right before I was getting ready to go to the class, I was like, oh, I was trying to find ways to not go. But then there was that bigger part of me that said, no, you need to go. You need to try this. You need to push yourself. Even no matter what happens in the class, the fact is that you followed through with something. And I did it, and I was so proud of myself. So it's like when we're feeling positive and when we're feeling confident and when we're feeling good about ourselves, we're like, okay, how can I push myself to the next level? Like, how can I challenge myself with those things that before I would have walked away from, but now I'm ready to conquer. Now I'm ready to go after it. Now I'm ready to make these things happen. And I kind of feel like that's where you are right now, is you're like, okay, I'm feeling good and I'm feeling motivated. And so what are those things that I can challenge myself with? Again, like I've said a million times before, is to set yourself up for success. So set yourself up with a challenge that you know that you can follow through with, that you know that you can accomplish, that you know that you can get done, so that you're not disappointing yourself. Like you don't want to lose this sun energy. You don't want to lose that energy. So for me, it was a small challenge as to, I took a class that I really wanted to learn the information and that I was like 99% sure I was going to follow through with. So I set myself up for that and I followed through, and I was so proud of myself, and I learned a lot of stuff from it. So I'm really proud of myself. So I feel like when you have this challenge, just make sure that you set yourself up for success, that you know that you're pretty confident that you're going to follow through with it. All right, so let's get some more cards here about this challenge and the current situation. Moving toward, I feel like it's something, moving towards something, doing something that makes you happy, doing something that you've been wanting to do, but you just haven't had a chance to do. Maybe it's joining a club, maybe it's reaching out to someone, maybe it's communicating with someone, maybe it's putting yourself out and, starting a new hobby. Whatever this thing is, I feel like that's what you want to do, and you're moving toward, I feel like this is moving towards this Nine of Pentacles, is to challenge yourself, right? That you're feeling good, you're feeling confident, you're feeling powerful. Challenge yourself. What do you need to focus on? We have the Six of Pentacles. I feel like that's that give and take. It's that sharing, it's that doing, it's that back and forth. I feel like it's those things, those challenges that you have, right? With the Two of Wands, is actually taking the steps to make something happen that you've been wanting to do. Like maybe you've been talking a lot about something and saying, oh, I've been wanting to do this, or I've been wanting to do that, or I want to take this class, or I wanted to do this. But then it's like actually following through and saying, okay, yeah, I'm going to do it. But again, like I said before, making sure that you set yourself up for success so that you know that you're going to accomplish it. Over here, what you're leaving behind is that insecurity, is that, oh, it's not going to work for me, right? That negativity, that it's not going to happen, it's not going to work. Those past energies where you just gave up, right? You're going to leave that behind. Like you're not going to think about those. You're not going to worry about those. That was the old you. This is the new you. You're in the energy of the sun. You're feeling confident. You're feeling powerful, right? Keep going with it. Make the most of it, right? And to build up that confidence and that positivity even more. Your strengths, we have the Three of Cups, we have the Eight of Wands, and we have the Tower. And like I've said before, I feel like the Tower is a good thing because right? The Tower is, you're no longer going to sit back and say, oh, this isn't going to happen. I don't want to do it. I don't feel motivated. Like the Tower is, okay, I'm tearing that down and I'm focusing on the positive. I'm not going to hold myself back anymore. The Eight of Swords can be that you're holding yourself back from something, but it also can be that you're in the energy is that I'm no longer going to hold myself back. I'm no longer going to stop myself from doing things or challenging myself or doing those things that I feel that will increase my confidence. I feel like your strengths are when you get to that point, like if you need to get to it, you'll get to it. You'll make it happen. Near future is that slow and steady progress towards your goals, right? Towards those things that make you happy, towards those things that you feel makes life more fulfilling, that you can learn new trades, you can learn new things, you can learn new information, that you can have those relationships, right? Those more fulfilling relationships. You can have those challenges and not be scared or afraid or deny yourself those challenges. We have the Vice is the Ten of Swords reversed, and I feel like not... Again, my brain is going one direction and my my mouth is going in another. I feel like it's not giving up. Don't give up on yourself. Go for it all. Don't limit yourself, right? Don't talk yourself out of something. Don't say, oh, it's going to make me too tired, or it's, don't focus on the negative, to focus on the positive, to just... If you have that negativity that starts to come in, that you just put that red X right through it and say, no. If it's a challenge that I feel that will make this a little harder, how do I set things up to make it easier, right? That if you're saying, oh, there's this class that I want to take, but it's on these nights, but okay, can I move my schedule around? can I change things up? Or if there's this thing, a meeting, there's a group meeting of this club or something that you want to join, and you're like, well, it happens on this night. Okay, so what are those things that I can do so I can make sure that I get myself there, so that I make sure that I can make this happen? If there's something that you want to do, you will find a way to make it happen. If you're determined, if you're really focused on it, right, that you will find a way to make it happen. That's what I find, with anybody, even myself, is that you'll find a way to make it happen. The environment is that hermit, and I don't mean it as in the hermit, like you're closing yourself off and you're shutting everyone out. Definitely that could be the energy that you could read from this, especially with the Four of Pentacles, but I feel like it's you focusing on you looking within as to what makes you happy. You saying, how can I build my confidence? How can I feel that personal satisfaction of reaching those goals, setting goals up for myself and reaching those? Nothing feels better than when you're like, I've set this up for myself and I followed through. I'm so proud of myself, because before I would have not followed through. Just like with me, with going to that class, like before I would have been like, no, I don't want to do it, even though I really wanted to do it, but I didn't have it within myself. But this time I pushed myself and I said, yeah, you're going to go, you're going to follow through. And then also asking myself, okay, what's the worst thing that's going to happen if you go and do this? Like, what are you afraid of? Why do you not want to do it? What do you think is going to happen? And then just kind of thinking that through and say, okay, that's not really going to happen. So the only one you would be disappointing is yourself. So it's kind of that process of working through situations, right? But I feel like that's what this environment is you're looking within and you're finding those strengths, right? And you're going after those things that will bring you that fulfillment and that confidence. We have the hopes and fears, which is that High Priestess, which I feel like it's kind of you listening to that inner voice that's saying, yes, go for it. Yes, do it. Yes, take on those challenges. And also, could be that fear of communication, but I also feel like it could be that hope of communication, of communicating to who you need to communicate. I do feel that there might be, for some of you, there may be somebody that you want to reach out to and that you want to talk to, and that you're kind of feeling confident. Now, it could just be putting your resume out there. It could just be researching information where you're actually reaching out and you're actually doing it. Just like I was saying, is like the Page of Wands could be like me actually signing up for the program, right? And me actually doing like that could be like a fear of, okay, if I do that, then I've committed to it, right? And so sometimes when you say, oh, I would really love to do this thing, but then when it comes down to it and you're actually signing up and then you hit that enter button, right? Or you have that commitment to it, you're like, oh, okay, that can bring on some anxiety. So that could be like a fear too, is having that anxiety. Okay, I've committed myself to this now, so now I have to do that. But it's also part of that challenge, right? It's part of growing, it's part of learning. And then it's like hanging in there and not giving up on yourself, right? To have that patience with yourself and say, okay, there may be a time, just like for me, right before the class, the day of the class, I started to feel that I wanted to back out. But it was like, no, like I realize that that's going to happen. I see that I'm doing that to myself. But again, having that self pep talk to where it's like, no, this is something that you really want to do. Like, you'll be okay. You'll be fine. Like, just do it. And kind of realizing, okay, that's the way you handle things, and you know that that's probably going to be coming, but that you will again work yourself through that, because this is an important thing for you, right? That you want to do. This is a challenge. This is something that will make you happy in more ways than one. Not only for me, it was taking the class and learning information, but it was that I actually pushed myself to do something that normally I would have walked away from. We have time. Sometimes you just have to give yourself that time to work through these challenges and to put the time in to see what are these challenges that I want to do and how do I want to enhance my life. And then we have returning, going with the flow, and seeing, like I said, going with the flow, knowing, okay, when it starts to come closer to it, I know my habit, I know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to go with the flow and I'm going to talk to myself through it and tell myself that it's going to be okay, and not like having that resistance and talking myself, like being back in that energy over there. All right, so let's get a wisdom oracle. We have go the distance. I love it. That's perfect. Go the distance. Don't give up, right? Again, like I said, if you know that when you get closer to it, or you know your own habits, and you say, okay, no, I'm probably going to act this way, but I'm going to push myself through. I'm going to go the distance, and I'm going to follow through because this is so important to me, and I'm feeling really good, and I'm feeling really motivated, and I don't want to give up on myself. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.